In the vastness of space, the planet Varnax gleamed like a distant star. A planet renowned for its wealth, Varnax was home to the Galactic Council, an alliance of the galaxy's most advanced and powerful civilizations. Its massive council chambers, built from a material that shimmered with the hues of 1,000 sunsets, was filled with the presence of the galaxy's most influential beings, each from species that had ruled worlds and conquered civilizations. On this day, however, their attention was on one unassuming blue planet, Earth. The council members, seated in circular rows, had their focus on a central hologram depicting Earth's image, spinning slowly under their scrutiny. The High Chancellor, a creature whose tentacle-like appendages swayed with an agitated rhythm, finally spoke, breaking the tense silence. Earth's resistance grows intolerable, the Chancellor said, its voice reverberating through the hall. We have exhausted diplomacy. Each attempt at negotiation and coercion has been met with defiance. They possess no planetary alliances, no galactic technologies, and yet, they resist our every advance. The Council grumbled in agreement. Their previous attempts to mine Earth's resources and subdue its inhabitants had been hindered by a tenacity they had underestimated. Humanity's resistance was puzzling. Other planets had surrendered, some even welcoming the Council's rule. But Earth refused, even thriving in the face of alien interference. What do we do, then? Growled the representative from the Draxian sector, a towering, scaly creature known for its impatience. We cannot waste resources forever on a single planet. We escalate, the Chancellor said coldly, a sinister gleam in its eyes. A direct and final assault. Earth shall be an example to the rest of the galaxy. The Council's members raised their hands in agreement. They had tired of Earth's defiance and of the strain it placed on their resources. Varnax's communication relays buzzed to life, and across the galaxy, the Council's vast armada received orders to mobilize. Battleships, war fleets, and drones were dispatched, each with one clear mission: destroy Earth's defenses and force humanity into submission. As the High Chancellor watched the fleet's coordinates adjust for Earth, it felt assured. This time, Earth would fall. Light years away on Earth, a quiet, tense anticipation gripped those who knew what was coming. In an underground bunker hidden deep beneath the Pentagon, the Earth Defense Initiative EDI gathered, led by General Elena Vasquez. She was a woman with a reputation for tough, clear-headed leadership and a history of defending humanity at all costs. For years, Earth had intercepted cryptic messages, capturing small alien scouting parties and salvaging pieces of advanced alien technology. Earth's leaders had known that a galactic threat loomed. In response, humanity set aside old divisions and collaborated in secret to build a unified planetary defense. With the best minds of each nation working together, they reverse-engineered alien tech, created new weapons, and even developed planetary shields powered by nuclear fusion. General Vasquez paced, her eyes fixed on the massive screens displaying streams of data and visuals of Earth's orbit. The room buzzed with the sounds of strategists, scientists, and communication specialists all relaying information. On the main screen, a warning flashed: enemy fleet incoming. The first assault began with a bombardment of plasma bombs, dropped from thousands of alien ships that had entered Earth's atmosphere. But as the plasma bombs approached, Earth's planetary shields powered up with a low hum, forming an invisible barrier that deflected each bomb harmlessly. The Council's fleet was taken aback. Their highly advanced weaponry, capable of decimating planets, was being neutralized. Plasma bombs ineffective, reported a voice from one of the screens. General Vasquez allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. Activate the Artemis cannons, she commanded. Deep within fortified bunkers across continents, enormous laser rays powered up, gathering energy from Earth's nuclear plants. The Artemis cannons were one of humanity's greatest achievements. Laser weaponry powerful enough to slice through alien hulls. With a hum that resonated through Earth's defenses, the Artemis cannons fired. Beams of concentrated light arced into the sky, striking alien battleships with deadly precision. Hundreds of ships were vaporized, their remains falling through the atmosphere like shooting stars. In the alien fleet, panic broke out. Ships scrambled to evade the cannons, but Earth's lasers tracked them relentlessly. The Council, watching from Varnax, was stunned. They had expected Earth's resistance to crumble within hours, yet their mighty fleet was being shredded. In the command bunker, General Vasquez's calm voice rang out again. Deploy the Valkyria drones. The Valkyria drones, smaller, AI-driven combat crafts, launched from hidden bases around the planet. Each drone was equipped with stealth technology and maneuvered with precision. weaving through enemy lines to strike alien fighters in quick, unexpected assaults. As the Council's ships continued to fall, its fleet commander sent a frantic message back to the Galactic Council. Our weapons are being countered, and our ships are being decimated. Earth is stronger than we thought. In the Council's Grand Chamber on Varnax, a murmur of fear spread through the delegates. Earth's response was no longer mere resistance. It was a full-scale counter-offensive, one that none of them had predicted. Back on Earth, the people rallied, cheering as the skies lit up with the remnants of alien ships. What the Council had seen as an easy conquest was turning into a devastating defeat. But Earth's leaders knew it was only the beginning. As General Vasquez looked up at the screen, her voice steely with determination, she spoke to her team. This is only round one. Let's show them what Earth is made of. With the Council's fleet weakened, Earth seized the moment to go on the offensive. In a covert operation that had been years in the making, the Earth Defense Initiative E prepared to deploy their secret weapon, a fleet of cloaked starships built to reverse-engineered alien technology. This fleet, designed to strike fear into any foe, was now fully armed and ready for its first mission to bring the fight to the Council's doorstep. Captain Mark Chen, a decorated war hero known for his daring strategies, was chosen to lead the mission. As he stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Erebus, he surveyed his crew with a fierce determination. Each one of them was ready to sacrifice everything to ensure Earth's survival. Chen's voice cut through the tense silence. Our target is the heart of the Galactic Council, the planet Varnax. They think Earth is vulnerable. They think we'll just defend and hold our ground. He clenched his fist, his eyes blazing. Let's prove them wrong. The Erebus and its fleet engaged their cloaking technology and began the long journey through hyperspace, evading Council patrols and cutting through the Council's outer defenses undetected. With every passing hour, they drew closer to Varnax, the glittering capital planet where the Council governed the galaxy with an iron fist. When they arrived in Varnaxian orbit, Captain Chen gave the command, "Activate EMP missiles," he ordered, as the fleet locked onto the planet's main energy sources. Within moments, a series of electromagnetic pulses hit Varnax's power grid, plunging entire sectors of the planet into darkness. Alarm sirens blared as the Council's elite troops scrambled, caught off guard by an enemy they had dismissed as primitive. "Now, deploy the Phoenix bombs," Chen ordered. These bombs, designed specifically for planetary assault, targeted critical Council infrastructure, energy reactors, communication hubs, and defense facilities. Explosions erupted across Varnax's landscape as Earth's forces attacked with precision, each hit crippling the Council's defenses further. Inside the Council chamber, panic spread like wildfire. The High Chancellor's once proud, confident demeanor had crumbled into frantic worry. This is impossible," it stammered, staring at live footage of Varnax under siege. Earth's retaliation was unthinkable, its audacity unimaginable. Captain Chen, monitoring the attack from the Erebus, grinned as he watched the destruction unfold. "They thought they could scare us into submission. Now they know we're here to fight." The Council members, unaccustomed to threats on their own world, panicked. Alien dignitaries and advisors ran to secure their own families and valuables, abandoning their posts in fear. The Galactic Council had ruled unchallenged for millennia. They had no contingency plans for an assault on their capital, especially from a species they considered inferior. As the chaos continued, Earth's forces pulled back, leaving the Council's capital planet in shambles. They had delivered a powerful message. Earth would not only defend itself, but it would strike back against anyone who dared threaten it. In the aftermath of the surprise attack on Varnax, the Galactic Council scrambled to regain control. Messages were sent across their vast empire, and reinforcements poured in from every corner of the galaxy. Battle-tested fleets from the Council's warworlds, each boasting advanced weaponry and hardened soldiers, converged on Varnax to prepare for an all-out retaliation against Earth. Meanwhile, back on Earth, General Vasquez received reports of the Council's reinforcements. She knew that they were preparing a counterstrike of devastating proportions. The victory at Varnax had given Earth a psychological advantage, but humanity was still vastly outnumbered. Earth's leaders had to make a critical decision: brace for the Council's wrath, or continue pressing forward in hopes of shattering the Council's morale. With the Council's fleets rallying around Varnax, Captain Chen's forces in orbit had to act fast. Using guerrilla tactics, Chen's fleet hid among asteroid belts and gas clouds, ambushing Council ships in hit-and-run attacks. They couldn't match the Council's firepower head-on, but they could chip away at it. forcing the Council's forces to stretch themselves thin in the defense of their own territory. On the Council's end, morale was faltering. Alien commanders, used to unquestioned superiority, found themselves second-guessing each engagement. Their advanced ships and overwhelming numbers didn't guarantee victory. In this new kind of warfare, one defined by unpredictability and resilience, Earth was winning not just with weapons, but with strategy and a fierce determination the Council had never encountered. But just as Earth's forces seemed poised to continue their campaign, the Council revealed its ultimate weapon, the Dark Star. The Dark Star, a fortress the size of a small moon, was the pride of the Galactic Council's arsenal. Equipped with a gravitational cannon capable of ripping apart entire planets, it had never been used in battle, as the mere threat of its existence was enough to force entire star systems into submission. As the Dark Star approached Earth, its cannon began to power up, emitting a light that could be seen from every corner of the solar system. The High Chancellor's voice echoed through every ship and relay, addressing Earth's leaders directly. "Surrender now, or we will erase your planet from existence," it declared, its voice brimming with cold, detached menace. In Earth's command bunker, General Vasquez received the ultimatum with grim resolve. She looked at her advisors and then at the screen where the massive outline of the Dark Star loomed in Earth's orbit, its cannon glowing with an energy that could spell doom for every human life on the planet. "It's time for the last resort," she said, her voice quiet but filled with determination. Earth had one final trick left, a daring, desperate plan that would risk everything in the hopes of turning the tide once and for all. Captain Chen, receiving the orders, understood the stakes. He gathered his fleet and prepared to face the Dark Star head-on, knowing that this battle would determine the fate of Earth and its people. With a final rallying call, Chen addressed his crew. "This is it. The Council thinks they can threaten us with extinction, but we are Earth, and we will not back down. Prepare all weapons and set course for the Dark Star. We're about to show them what humanity can do." As his fleet surged forward, Earth's defenders knew there was no turning back. The final showdown with the Galactic Council had begun, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The Dark Star loomed in orbit above Earth, casting an ominous shadow over the planet. Its gravitational cannon was fully charged, humming with deadly energy as it prepared to unleash destruction on a planetary scale. For the people of Earth, this was a moment of both dread and resolve. Every defense mechanism, every weapon, every ounce of human ingenuity had led to this last, fateful confrontation. In the cockpit of the Erebus, Captain Mark Chen locked eyes with his crew, who stared back with steely determination. Each of them understood the mission stakes. If they failed, Earth would be obliterated. "Activate the cloaking shields," Chen ordered, his voice steady despite the danger. The fleet shimmered out of sight, veiled from the sensors of the Council's warships as they launched their final attack. On the Dark Star, Earth's leaders had developed a daring, seemingly impossible plan: infiltrate the Dark Star, sabotage its cannon, and disable it from within. Chen's fleet would act as a decoy, drawing the Council's forces away from the Dark Star long enough for a team of elite soldiers to infiltrate it. It was humanity's last hope, a high-risk, all-or-nothing strategy that would decide the future of Earth. Chen gave the command, and the Erebus and its fleet roared forward. They decloaked right above the Dark Star's shields, launching a barrage of missiles and energy blasts that tore through the Council's defenses. Alien battleships swarmed in response, surrounding Chen's fleet and engaging them in a brutal firefight. On Earth, General Vasquez monitored the battle from her command post, her face taut with focus. "We can't let up. We have to buy them enough time," she said to her team, her eyes glued to the main screen where Chen's fleet wove through enemy lines with relentless precision. Meanwhile, the infiltration team, led by Sergeant Eva Ramirez, was preparing for their own dangerous mission. They hovered just below the Dark Star, in a tiny, stealth-equipped vessel ready to breach the station's hull. Ramirez glanced at her team, hardened soldiers who had trained for this moment under the harshest conditions. "Listen up, team," Ramirez said in a hushed but firm voice. "We have one shot to disable the cannon. Get in, plant the charges, and get out. We do this right, we save Earth. We do it wrong, we go down with it. Let's show them what we're made of." The vessel attached itself to the Dark Star's underbelly, and the team cut through the hull, entering the heart of the alien fortress. Inside, dark corridors pulsed with strange, bioluminescent light. The air was heavy, tinged with an unfamiliar, metallic scent. They moved quickly, dodging alien guards, relying on their knowledge of the ship's layout to navigate toward the cannon's core. Outside, Chen's fleet fought with unmatched ferocity, drawing the Council's ships away from the infiltration team. Despite their best efforts, the human ships were beginning to take losses. Each explosion of a human ship reverberated through the command bunker on Earth, but General Vasquez never flinched. "Hold the line," she ordered, her voice unwavering. "Every second counts." Inside the Dark Star, Ramirez and her team reached the core, a massive chamber filled with pulsing energy conduits and alien machinery. The cannon's reactor glowed in the center, a blinding beacon of raw power. "Plant the charges," Ramirez ordered. Her team moved with precision, setting explosive devices on key support structures around the reactor. But as they worked, an alarm blared. Alien soldiers, alerted to the human presence, flooded into the chamber. Ramirez and her team engaged in a vicious firefight, dodging energy blasts as they fought to complete their mission. One by one, her teammates fell, holding the line to protect the charges. With the last device armed, Ramirez took cover and spoke into her communicator. "Captain Chen, the charges are set. You have to clear the area now." On the Erebus, Chen received the signal. He ordered his fleet to pull back, even as alien ships closed in on them. His eyes narrowed as he realized what Ramirez's transmission truly meant. She and her team were not getting out. "Sergeant Ramirez," Chen said, his voice filled with a rare softness, "you've done your planet proud. See you on the other side, Captain," she replied. Just before the line cut out, the countdown began. As Chen's fleet made a desperate escape, the charges detonated. A massive explosion rippled through the Dark Star, tearing its core to pieces. Alien soldiers and Council engineers were thrown across the chamber, their screams lost in the deafening roar of the reactor's implosion. The gravitational cannon overloaded, energy crackling and arcing wildly. The entire Dark Star began to shudder, breaking apart from within as explosions burst through its hull. Earth's defenders, watching from below, saw the Dark Star's glowing form flicker and then disintegrate, pieces of it scattering like a meteor shower across the night sky. The Council's forces, witnessing the destruction of their greatest weapon, hesitated, their resolve shattered. In the wake of the Dark Star's obliteration, Earth's forces launched a final, coordinated strike, driving the alien ships back and forcing a full retreat. Back in the Council chambers on Varnax, the High Chancellor slumped, defeated. For the first time in its long reign, the Council had been humbled by an enemy it had vastly underestimated. Earth had fought back and had done the unthinkable, forcing the most powerful galactic empire into submission. As the alien ships retreated, Earth erupted in celebration. People filled the streets, cheering, singing, and embracing each other. They had stood together and triumphed against impossible odds. The Earth Defense Initiative had protected not only the planet, but also the spirit of humanity. In the Pentagon bunker, General Vasquez allowed herself a rare smile, though her eyes were filled with the memory of the fallen. She turned to her team, her voice filled with pride. "They came to break us, but today, humanity proved its strength. We've shown the galaxy what it means to be human." Up in orbit, Captain Chen watched as the last alien ships vanished from sight. He closed his eyes, remembering Ramirez and all the brave souls who had sacrificed themselves to protect Earth. They had given everything, ensuring that the galaxy would never again underestimate Earth. And in the far reaches of the galaxy, the name Earth would be remembered with both fear and respect, as a force that had defended its home with unparalleled ferocity, and had forever stunned the Galactic Council.